of last year. And I know it's only 18 days in, but I've only run like maybe 5 or 6 days. And I'm a much better shape mentally at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I have done my run in the daytime. Go figure. Anyway, another day in paradise regardless. We're not having all that snow that I see on the news, thank goodness, or the bad weather in southern Florida. So it's all good. It's all good. We need rain anyway. We love the water, right? Of course we do. We need the water. Woo! Speaking of water, I just don't know if y'all are watching it now, the show now or later. And if you have gone to the preview Las Vegas, which is today at Allegiant Stadium from 8:30 to 2:30, I would love to talk to you about it, because we will be talking about it on the show to give people information, to share that information, and to engage with audiences because of the topics that you're going to share. So let's move on. The first part of the show is our stats. Today, I did not go to the news, so I don't know if there's any news today. Maybe Frank or someone will let me know because I didn't check it out. Good morning, Demi. Good morning, Demi from Advantage Realty. Good to see you, my love. Anyway, maybe Frank can chime in if there's anybody bought something or sold something on the strip. That's usually the big news, right? Or the A's are coming to Vegas. So the stats. So yesterday we had about 21 days of inventory, but it changed overnight to 20 days because we didn't list that many homes yesterday. For some reason, I guess maybe the holiday, people were taking advantage of that and maybe not working and not signing listings, right? So we only listed 55 single family homes, but 31 of those were 430,000 or under. So that's all good. We have 566 homes 430 and under out of the 2,030 that we have available. So that's like over 25%. That's good. That's really good. We have 259 high rises available, 202 condos. Now the condos, I've noticed great activity in that condo market, and I'll tell you why in a second. You probably already know, but I'll reiterate it for those who don't. And townhomes, 163 for a total of 2,654, of which 2,030 are single family homes. Whoa, that's good. 20 days of inventory. And I think that's going to change. We'll see. I think it's going to change between now and the end of the week. We'll see. And investors buying 43 homes a day. That's good. And that's good. Why? Because we need rentals. We need rentals for people who are moving here. And normally they are cash investors, the non-owner occupied, the investors. So that's a good thing. So we're happy for that. Always happy for that. The single family homes, condos, high rises, we lump everything together that's 999,000 or more, and we report on those stats. We sold 62 of those this year so far, which is 3.6 a day. Last year we were at 4.58 a day. Now, last year was 2021. 2020, I believe, if Jimmy was here, he'd correct me or help me. But I'm pretty sure I'm accurate. In December of 2020, I think that was the most homes we had ever sold, 1 million plus in December. So I think I'm right on that. And so I think some of those spilled over into 2021. So 2020 December was a huge month for $1 million homes. And I think some of those closings spilled over to January of 2021, which gave that year a little boost. But we'll see. We'll see. I still think we're going to have I think because Dr. Yun thinks of NAR, chief economist, that the luxury market is going to be the least affected by anything that happens this year. Anything. Politics, economy, inventory, interest rates. They say it's not really going to affect that market. So go, you all that do the luxury homes. You're going to do well. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else remarkable today. We're doing 92 homes a day. I think that's going to increase. It was a little higher than last year, but I think because of the way the weekend fell, that changed the stat a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. And that's about it. We have the home front here, and it looks really good. We're still turning homes. There's no closings recorded because the title companies were closed. And I think, yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's move on. So today, yesterday actually, me and Jimmy were talking about branding. And I think I said last week that I was going to really deep dive into video for the rest of the month and most of the year. So in doing so, I am changing how I'm going to approach it. I've thought about it, and I'm going to change it. And one of the, well, several reasons why I'm going to change it, but one reason is Glenda Baker. Glenda Baker has really come into the video market with a bang, and she started on TikTok. And she evolved, and I've watched her evolve. And I think that I'm going to take what I know to you. So let's watch one of her videos. So we got this one. All right. Now this is on TikTok. And there's several things I want you to notice here. First of all, if you see where she's put the let's talk insurance claims. Now on TikTok, you can put that wherever you want. So she's putting it up high, because sometimes if you put it down low and then maybe you put it on some other platform that does captions, it gets very confusing. So she's putting her captions up high so that she can cross platform easily. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself. And Debbie, give me a quick thing if you don't hear this, because my phone isn't working on Facebook right now, so I can't test it. All right.
Insurance claims. I'm going to look at you guys today because I mean business. I have insurance. I've been paying my premiums for 35 years. Victoria has a wreck. Lucas has a wreck. I have a wreck. Need the tow truck. We have flat tire insurance. And all of a sudden I get a cancellation notice. I call my insurance agent and I'm like, hey, I got this cancellation notice. What's up? He's like, well, you had too many claims in a certain time period. And I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? I've been paying my insurance premium for 35 years. And because we used the insurance, you're going to cancel us? Yeah, Glenda, that's how it works. Insurance is a for-profit business. People get homeowners insurance, they pay their premium, and they're scared to death to file a claim that they'll be canceled. On what planet is that okay? The insurance is a for-profit company. It's also a for-coverage company. So what is the purpose of consumers paying all of these premiums if they can't file a claim without being canceled? To me, that smells fishy, and I don't like it.
Thank you for letting me know that you could hear her. So I pointed out the one thing that she did, and that is put the comments up high. She has one issue. It's insurance. That's her whole issue that she's trying to engage you with, insurance. Now, if you have insurance, are you going to listen to this? If you're an insurance agent, are you going to listen to this? If you care, no. However, the point is she is talking to people that care about insurance, that engage with her because they've had the same feelings. All of a sudden they get canceled. So the people that cancel are going to listen to this. Now, I'm going to critique it for everybody. I might have pulled people in a little bit differently. My hook might have been about, do you know your insurance can be canceled quickly? Something a little bit more compelling. Now, forgive me. I mean, I am like not Glenda Baker by any means, but she just gets out there and she just does it, and it's resonating. She's getting a lot of engagement on TikTok. So far be it from me to criticize her. I'm just suggesting I might do it differently. So let's listen to another one. I'm sorry, my nose is, the air and the everything is making my nose crazy today. Anyway, like you care. Okay, so I know. Okay, now here's another one. And this one, whoops, I put the wrong one up there. Come on. There we go. This one is about connection. Now, she does different videos to different audiences. Good morning, Frank Burke. How are you, my dear? I was shouting out earlier. Let's see if I can get you here. I was shouting out earlier to see if you had any idea about what's going on in the Las Vegas news, because I did not do it this morning. No news is good news for me. I didn't. It's all good. Okay. If you know of any news, just put it in the comments and I'll put it on the screen for everybody. But I think everything's good. Anyway, so my point is, so she's targeting different audiences, and that's key. You know, you need to target different. I mean, I love different actors, right? It's the character, right? The plot, you come for, the characters you stay for. So if you twist that around a little bit, I don't know if I have that. Do I have that still in my, no, I deleted it. But anyway, the plot they come for, the characters they stay for. So depending, and you have to read deep into that, because what that means is, what are you really talking about today? And that becomes your character. Today, her character is showing her personality. You know what I mean? She's showing who she is deep under. The insurance was more of a, instructor, teacher, just a purveyor of good information. So let's listen to this one now. I'm going to mute myself.
Love to give gifts that are personal, that are emotional, that remind you of a moment in time. So typically my gift giving is focused around that. I love to be able to give experiences because, again, I love to create that moment in time that takes you to a place that you'll never forget, because that puts me in that place with you. So I love to give gifts like that. For me, I love the gift of time. I love the gift of an experience with people that I love. I love all of like the star sweaters and the cute stuff that I get, but the most important gift for me is the gift of time with people that I love the most. But really, you probably wouldn't realize it. My love language to give is gifts, but my love language to receive is not gifts. It is time and personal touch. Like, I love to be close. I love personal touch with my kids. I'm always hugging on them and loving on them, and I love time. So for me, while I love to give like tangible gifts, really what I love to receive back is your time and attention and personal touch.
No. Am I okay now? Okay. So one of the things that she says is 3 words. I'll repeat it. She says love, she says gifts, and she says time repeatedly. Do you think that she thought about that before she created the video? I would think so. I would think that, yes, she thought about that. And I think that she probably did some notes, even though it's a 1.5-minute video. She still wanted to be structured and make sure that she hit her topics. You know, she loves gifts, and she loves time. And she reiterates that over and over. That's her message. And her target audience is much different than her target audience was for insurance. Her target audience for insurance was for people that were interested in insurance. This is more about her personality and sharing a bit of herself with other people. And this is very precarious because probably if I had to look, and I didn't, I'll bet it'll be interesting if I'm wrong, because it'll teach me something always. If she got more views on this than she got on the insurance, that'll tell us something, that people want to know about us. Yes, they want to know about our knowledge, but they also want to know about us as people. So that'll be interesting, and I'll let you know. I'll do that shortly after the show and let you know the result of that. I'll put it in the comments section. So I drew your attention to the fact that she always looks to the side. You know, I like graphics on mine because I like to focus on the graphics. It's easier for me to think on my feet quickly when I do that. And I have learned from Jimmy Dague that you have to think quick on your feet. Now he's excellent at it. That's why I love to have him on my show. And he's shy. Jimmy Dague is shy. And sometimes I have to kind of, okay, what are your thoughts? You know, because he just doesn't, it's not that he's not thinking or knows what to say. It's that he's shy. Interesting. And I've been teaching with him now for over 2.5 years. And the different classes that he does, he's pretty scripted. He pretty much knows what he's going to show you. He pretty much knows that it's time for you to see a cartoon and take a break from, you know, whatever he's teaching you, because he knows as a presenter, as an international speaker, as someone who's been trained to speak, that you have got to capture people's attention, sometimes by taking them away from your subject matter. So Jimmy has really learned things like that. And if he weren't so shy and he could be on video, oh my gosh, he's already a star, but he would be a superstar. Okay, now we're going to go to the next one. Hide this one, and I'll show you this one. Now you're going to notice, oops, that's not it. Sorry, folks. Where did it go? Come on, here. Okay. Oh, you'll notice in the insurance one, she did look at the audience. And this one, I think she's looking at the audience as well. I forget, but there's one that she does because she's changed. She's like I was started to say, Tom Ferry, she's an elite member of his coaching and spent thousands and thousands of dollars in the past 6 years learning to be who she is as a real estate agent today. And I'm sure if you get any type of coaching, it helps you with everything else in your life, spiritual, emotional, financial, and physical. So she's awesome. Anyway, let's look at this one. Then we'll talk about it. I'm going to be quiet. This one isn't playing. Okay. I am going to remove it and get it again. Oh, there she went. Darn it. Okay, I'll go get it again. Hang on, everybody. I'm going to go into divorce. MP4. before. Okay, so. Interesting. Come on, Linda.
Cut the yard. There's nobody to change. Also a victim of divorce. Happens in a house when it goes through a divorce. You think that the collateral damage is the family. That house typically is also a victim of divorce. The upkeep goes down. The husband's moved out. There's nobody to cut the yard. There's nobody to change the light bulbs. Is the money stopping the upkeep? One partner is staying in the house, the other partner doesn't want to pay for it. So does the upkeep automatically get deferred? Absolutely. And typically the person that's left in the house, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to continue to take care of it on their own. And that deferred maintenance just goes on and on and on. And that divorce goes on and on and on. And by the end of the day, that house is a shell of the grandeur that it once was. What happens?
Okay, so let me show this one. Solder that one off. And then let's put this other one up here. So we've got insurance claims. Now, insurance claims, she's looking directly at us. Then the gifts and the house going through a divorce, she's not. You can pick and choose. The love to give gifts when she's looking over to the side, I'm not that fond of. This one isn't too bad because she's starting to tilt her head a little more. This one is really good. So this is an example of what happens when you don't look into the camera. And it's an important lesson here. Again, if you have graphics and you're looking at the graphics, that's effective. However, I know when Max and I do our Saturday show and he's talking and the guest is talking, I like to look at Max, but I should probably just be looking straight ahead. I don't know. I don't know. When there's people talking on my show, I like to look at them. So I'm going to go back and review that because this year is perfecting my video skills. All right. So let's hide her and hide her and hide her. So the rest of the show now, that was a little on video and doing the characters higher and also doing a little scripting, your topic points, and where you look into the camera. Like right now, I'm looking this way and I should look this way, right? But what I'm doing always, I'm the producer, so I'm always looking down here. The other thing I'll tell you is that Glenda doesn't do live video. Glenda does her video ahead of time. So she has the ability to clip things when they don't work. I can see the clips. I don't know if you can, but I can tell when her videographer clips something, like she might say, she has a habit of saying so a lot, things like that. So that's, so anyway, let me put this up here. All right. We talked about branding yesterday with Jimmy. And Jimmy and I are both reading from the same author, Donald Miller. And yesterday we talked about mistake number 1, and we're talking about branding. So I segued a little bit yesterday off from video. I wanted to do some video tips today, which I did, but I segued a little bit off because there are things I think you need to learn before you dive in. I think you should have your YouTube channel to practice. I don't think it should go live right away. So I think that you should, perhaps we'll go through these lessons. I'll try to make them quick, meaning a couple days worth. But let's go back to yesterday, mistake number 1. You fail to focus. You fail to focus on the aspects of your offer that will help people thrive and survive. Glenda talked about insurance claims. She focused on insurance, and that helps people thrive and survive. She meets the test. She focused on her personal life, loving time, loving gifts, loving people, loving giving, not so good about receiving. She focused on that will help people thrive and survive and also learn about her. Now, number two, making the customer burn too many calories to understand the offer. That's why I believe a lot of video stars don't do live. Live is a different animal than doing it and then letting somebody else clip the ums and the so's and the bloopers out of there. And then also adding appropriate text or graphics. That's a production, and that's a little different than going live. They both have their pros and cons. So then if you do the videos offline and then upload them, you have the opportunity to make sure that you're not making the consumer burn too many brain cells, so that they understand the offer. And there's a physiology about this that Donald Miller tries to articulate. And what he's saying is when you ramble on too much about something, the brain automatically shuts you off. It goes somewhere else because it's not learning anything. It's burning calories. That's all it's doing. It's not really learning anything, and it gets bored. Our brains are our brains. And Donald Miller does this in just a paragraph, but I think it goes very deep. Jimmy and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. So you can't go on and on and on. And I had some girls reach out to me about critiquing and helping them with their videos, and I'm going to do that. And I think that these girls are going to be great. They need some fine tuning, and they need to understand that sometimes they burn too many calories in someone's brain. And then story to the rescue. The story is a sense-making device. It's a sense-making device. Sense, right? A sense is engagement, excitement, fear. So you identify necessary ambition, you define challenges, you provide the plan to overcome the challenges. And the object is to make people see us, hear us, and understand exactly why they simply want to engage with us. Exactly why they simply want to engage with us. The object is to make people see us, hear us, and understand exactly why they want to engage with us. And that, I'm going to segue a little bit, gets back into my targeting background. You have to know how to target to the audience, and you can't target to everybody. Then you're targeting to nobody. Now, many people pay attention, but you need to make people pay attention. It's a formula. Did you ever hear of storyboarding? Back in the days when we used to do training for major corporations, Fortune 500 companies actually, I had a PhD on my staff, Patrick Dillon. He was awesome. We would storyboard every class we were going to give because we wanted people to see us, hear us, and understand exactly what they were learning. And Jimmy Dague does that now in the beginning of his classes. He tells you exactly what you're going to learn, which puts your brain on target. Very important point. So when you make people pay attention, it's a formula. Story formulas reveal a well-worn path in the human brain. A lot of people are instructors, so they say, but you really don't learn that much from them. It's like, well, maybe I could have done something different than go to this class. When you go to Jimmy Dague's classes, you learn stuff. When you go to my social media classes, you learn. You learn, and there's a science and a technology, if you will, about how you teach people. Case in point, I was going to dive right into video this month until I decided that no, we need to understand these items that I'm doing. We need to understand how you build a story before we get into video. Or we can do it at the same time, but I don't want you to go live until you get better, because first impressions, when somebody sees you and it's not good, and then they see you again, it's still not good, they're not going to do more than 3, and they're going to say, I'm going on to somebody else. So it's important that you storyboard. So these things are really formulaic. They're predictable. Storytellers have figured out how to keep an audience engaged. Jimmy Dague is a master at that. The news. These formulas work for growing your business as well as they work for entertaining an audience. Some entertainers are better than others. Some entertainers are better storytellers. Some entertainers understand the formula. I think Seinfeld understood the formula. I loved him. Johnny Carson, he really understood the formula. He was one of my very all-time favorites. Betty White understood the formula. Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, they all understood the formula. So the news, these formulas work for growing your business as well as entertaining the audience. Okay, so you can do it too. I was going to dive right into creating video with questions and content this year, like I said, and then I realized that you need to know how this works and how to make creative videos. And the way to do it is to learn the formula. So you're going to learn the formulas for clean communication, the components of clarity, and you're going to learn how to eliminate the noise that is an insidious enemy and what to stop saying. Again, clarity. Who does not, what will not. And if you confuse, you will lose. So there you go. That's it for today. I'm anxious to continue with this. I hope this is compelling enough to make you want to learn how to tell a story, because that's how you're going to be successful. We've talked about it this year a little bit, but we didn't dive into actually how to do it. We talked to do it, but we didn't talk how to do it. And we're going to learn that in the next few days. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. I may not see you Thursday because John and I are headed to Santa Barbara for a medical issue, and we will be back on Friday. So you all, please, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. And if you're on Facebook, give me a like, give me a comment. Let me know how you liked this. If you're interested in learning how to do clean communication using formulas, I would love to know. Love you all. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.